that breaking news, actor Timothy Busfield will be released from jail after facing charges of child sexual abuse. Thank you so much for being with us, everybody. I'm Michael Brownlee.
And I'm Colleen Williams. The judge ruling there was not enough probable evidence to show that Busfield posed a safety risk to the public. His wife, actress Melissa Gilbert, cried as the judge made the announcement. Prosecutors say two boys accuse the actor of inappropriately touching them on the set of the Fox series The Cleaning Lady. But during today's hearing, his defense attorneys argued against the legitimacy of those claims and said Busfield is not a threat.
The state has canceled Mr. Busfield. His talent agency has dropped him. He's been edited out of a recent rom-com. It's too late. That bell can't be unrung. The idea that he could then go out and be dangerous with a child in the world where everybody knows who he is absurd.
Busfield will be released but must appear at all hearings.
Jail after facing charges of child sexual abuse. We want to bring in legal analyst Royal Oakes. Royal, thanks for your time.
You bet. Thank you.
All right, got that audio fixed. What does this mean, him be released without bail? What does it reveal about the prosecution's case against him?
Michael and Colleen, this is a huge win for Timothy Busfield. Now, we need to get into the context. This isn't a trial. It isn't even the preliminary hearing set for January 29, where the judge will decide if the case should even go to trial, if the evidence is strong enough. Today was just, should he be able to walk around in the real world pending all this other stuff? And the prosecution said, oh, he's a terrible molester. Don't do it. Well, the judge said, no, the evidence just isn't there. That's going to influence public opinion. Of course, you have to make sure the jurors haven't been saturated by that. But yeah, huge win for Busfield today.
Royal, the defense called only one witness here. Initially, we thought this doesn't seem like a lot for a case like this. Or is this normal at this point? And how unusual is it to be released without bail?
It's not that unusual, but of course, if you believe the prosecution, he absolutely didn't deserve it. And it's funny, you're right. We were told there are going to be 13 defense witnesses, but there was just the one. Bottom line here is that the prosecution is going to try to say, okay, it's a he said, but this is a bad guy because he was sued and he paid 150 grand and he was accused by a 16-year-old. Bottom line, Colleen, this is not going to come in. This isn't like Phil Spector where the judge said, well, okay, he got drunk and pointed a loaded gun at a bunch of women over decades, therefore I'll let all that in. That's not going to come in against Busfield. Instead, it's going to be a much narrower case. And again, this isn't a vindication, but it is a huge step in the right direction for Timothy Busfield.
Before we let you go here, Royal, what comes next in the court process?
So on January 29, the prosecution will hold a preliminary hearing before the judge and essentially say, Your Honor, yes, there is evidence that the kids changed their stories. And yes, Timothy Busfield wrote the kids out of the script, so maybe the mom didn't like him for that reason. But we're here to tell you that there's enough evidence that you should force him to stand trial. And very likely, even though Busfield will have strong arguments, the judge will on January 29 say, yes, we're going to trial. But will they be able to convince a New Mexico jury to send him to prison for years? Nobody knows.
All right, more to come. Royal Oakes, we appreciate it. Thanks so much.